shareholder have like a period of 2 to 3 months to turn this term sheet into a binding document, which I will talk about what exactly the document would be. But basically, it's either a shareholders agreement and subscription agreement, or one document for both shareholders agreements and subscription agreements. This depends on like the situation of the company and like the cap table and how many previous shareholders they have and how many safes they have and how they will convert and the negotiation with the other shareholders and so forth. But the term sheet itself is non-binding. It has some clauses that are binding, mostly confidentiality, exclusivity period, something relating to the governing law and the dispute resolution clause, the notices clause. But that's basically it. Okay. There are some terms in the term sheet that needs to be like explained a little bit. So pre-money valuation and post-money valuation. When you say I'm raising $100,000 at $1 million pre-money valuation, this means that you will not divide the 100 by the 1 million. This means that you will add them up, 100,000 plus 1 million. You will get to the post-money valuation, and then you will divide the investment amount by the post-money valuation, not the pre-money valuation. So $100,000 is not equal 10%. If you calculate it right, $100,000 will be equal to divided, it will be equal to 9.09%. So it's a big difference, especially in good startups. So that's what's important that you note, that when you say a certain thing, it means something in calculation that could be not foreseen at the time, that if you don't know the definition. Okay. There are some terms that are usually put into a term sheets, and I divide them basically into like some relating to control issues and some relating to economic issues. So usually a company is managed or is administrated as follows. You have the first level, which is the management level, CEO, CFO, which is basically done by the founders. And then you have another level, which is the board of directors. And then you have a third level, which is the shareholders, the guys that own the company. The management usually do the day-to-day. What we do in the term sheet, that we say, for example, that there are certain decisions that the management cannot do without obtaining the approval of the board of directors. And also, we say that there are certain decisions that the management cannot do without obtaining the approval of the shareholders. So two different types of decisions. For example, I can say, like, if the company wants to take a loan of $1 million, they have to get the approval of the board. But if they want to get a loan above $1 million, then they have to get the approval of the shareholders, which is a much more a higher level, and it's more difficult to get. So that's what we call the reserved matters or protective provisions. The board composition in the term sheet, we say like the board composition is basically relates to how many board members will be appointed by the founders, how many board members will be appointed by the shareholders, the other shareholders, which could be the safe holders and could be the investors, the new investors that are coming into this price round. Also, some issues relate to that. You can appoint a board observer, guy who attends the board meetings but doesn't have a vote. You will have some certain, like, language about like what is the quorum for attending a board meeting and what is the quorum for voting in a board meeting, which is very important to put in place in the term sheet. Okay, so before I go into more provisions, I will stop here and see if anybody has any question about these about the board composition or the reserve matters or the pre-money about these first four issues. Eli Aizer.
Yes, hello. Thank you for this valuable session. I'm a lawyer from Lebanon, and I do work for large companies based in the GCC. I'm highly interested in this because there is a lot of technical issues that I have been missing this time s- for some time, especially that I'm young. I don't have this expertise. So thank you for your valuable opinion. However, you have said that the company is based, or every company or joint venture or whatever is the type of the company, is based on three levels. Let's say there are the director, there are the management, and there is the shareholders. However, don't you think that the management or the base level should have their authority limited in the articles of association? Because uh, every startup, or I'm taking it from a pure technical level, uh, every startup or every company has articles of association that are based in a commercial register. So don't you think that the lawyer that is incorporating the company should be smart enough to take into consideration all these factors? Thank
So,
you.
so thank you, Ali. So basically, what happens is like the company has been created before the equity round. So they have their own articles of association with saying, like, for example, that this and this has this authority, and the board, for example, has this authority, and anything like beyond that should be the call of the shareholders. So when we enter into a term sheet, the term sheet, as I said, told you it's non-binding, but then you have the definitive documents, which is like either the shareholders agreement or the subscription agreement. And in these documents, you design the system. You say like the three levels: the management, the board of directors, and the shareholders. And you would have a clause there that would say that you, as a founder or as a company, has to amend the articles of association as much as possible to accommodate or to make sure that all the provisions of the shareholders agreement are reflected in the articles of association. And in the event that you're not able to do all these changes, in any case, what is written in the shareholders agreement is what prevails in the relationship between us. So you cannot say like, because these articles are not amended, then they prevail. No, the SHA or the shareholder agreement is the one that prevails. So that's usually how it is done. I don't know if I answered your question this way.
Yes, you technically did. Thank you for providing this valuable opinion, and I look forward to be able to have a discussion about restructuring, which is something else. So once your schedule allows you to visit us in Beirut, you are more than welcome.
Yeah.
And we would like to have a great discussion with you. We're a huge team here in Lebanon, and we do work on important matters, and we do need your opinion as a valuable expert.
Of course, of course. I will leave my contact details, and I'm always reachable via LinkedIn. But I will leave my contact details, my email, and my phone number. If anyone needs any questions, of course, would love to answer them. Okay. So going back to the document. Uh, So anti-dilution is one of the tricky things, but I need to make sure that everybody understands when does anti-dilution is triggered or when does it get triggered. So anti-dilution gets triggered when there's a down round. What does this mean? What does a down round means? A down round means that I raised today equity at a pre-money valuation of $1 million. And then in 6 months, I'm raising equity at a pre-money valuation of $500,000. So this raise of $500,000 is what is called the down round. And this is what triggers an anti-dilution clause if you have it in place. Anti-dilution clause is basically there's two flavors. One is called full ratchet, and the other is called broad or weighted average, which can be broad or narrow. That's two subcategories. But basically, the two main categories is full ratchet and a broad or weighted average. The full ratchet is basically they have each one has its own equation, but basically in layman's term, full ratchet gives more shares to the investors than than the weighted average. So it's basically what happens is that the company issues free shares to the investors to make sure that they are not diluted in that down round. If you have the full ratchet clause, then you are compensated for almost 100% of what you're going to lose. If you have a weighted average, then you will be compensated for a slight